Hi everyone, I'm sorry I can't be with you today for this lesson, but I did make this notes video for you to help you through your notes worksheet. So you should have in front of you something to write with and the notes worksheet that you see on the screen. What we're going to talk about today is how to find the equation of a line through 2 points. And in the past, in a pinch, we've used a graphing method to help us work backwards with the slope to find the y-intercept. And our focus today is going to be on transitioning from using a graphing method to using an algebraic method to find that y-intercept. So in this first problem, we have a line that passes through the points 2, 2 and 6, 8. And the question is what is the equation of that line? So we know to write an equation of a line as y equals mx plus b, there are 2 things we need. We need the slope and we need the y-intercept. That is always, always, always your goal, to get those 2 things. You're asked to write the equation of a line, right away you should be thinking slope and y-intercept. We can easily find the slope between these 2 points. I'm going to use the stacking method to do this. I like that best. So I'm going to write 2, 2 and 6, 8, and I'm going to analyze the change in y and the change in x. How are my y's changing? I'm going from 2 to positive 8. That's a change of positive 6. How are my x's changing? I'm going from 2 to positive 6. That's a change of positive 4. So my slope is 6 over 4 or 3 over 2. Now that we have the slope, the question is how can we find the y-intercept? Well, in the past, what we did is we plotted the 2 points and we used slope to move towards the y-axis. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to plot the point 2, 2 and I'm going to plot the point 6, 8. And I'm going to use my slope to work backwards towards the y-axis. A slope of positive 3 over positive 2 means I could go up 3 and over 2 towards the positive x values, or I could go down 3 and over 2 towards the negatives. And this is really because the fraction positive 3 over positive 2 is the same as negative 3 over negative 2. Dividing by 2 negatives makes the fraction positive. All my points line up. I can draw in my line if I want, but really the main idea here is that my y-intercept is at negative 1. And so I can write my equation. Y equals my slope, 3 over 2, times x plus my y-intercept, which is a negative 1. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, our goal though in this lesson is to learn how to find that y-intercept without even needing to graph the line. So we're going to look for that y-intercept again, but we're going to use algebra instead of points to help us get there. And in the end, we should end up with the same y-intercept and the same equation of the line. So how do we find the y-intercept using y equals mx plus b? Well, first thing we need to ask ourselves is, do we know the slope of this line? And yes, we do. We know that our slope is positive 3 over 2. Do we know at least 1 point on the line? Yeah, we do. We were given 2 to start with, okay? So I'm going to pick my favorite point. I'm going to pick the point 6, 8 to use, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to write what we know about the equation so far. We know the slope, and because we have a point here, we also know an x value and a y value on that line. Okay, so what do we know so far? Well, I know a y value, it's 8, and that should equal my slope, 3 over 2, times the x value I know, plus b. I have an equation where b is my only variable. I can solve for b. 8 is equal to 18 over 2, which reduces to 9, plus b. And if I subtract 9 from both sides, I'm going to get -1 is equal to b. Did I get the same y-intercept as before? I sure did. And so my equation of the line is the same. Y equals 3/2 x minus 1. Let's try another example without graphing. We have a table here with a bunch of x and y pairs, and we need to remember that in order to write the equation in y equals mx plus b form, we need slope and the y-intercept. What is the slope of this line? Well, we can figure that out from a table by analyzing the coordinates. Okay, now this table is not set up where the x values are in order from least to greatest. So as we look at the change in the x's and the change in the y's, it's going to jump around, and that's okay. We really only need to analyze it between 2 points. We're telling you it's a linear function, and so the slope between any 2 points will be the same. I'm going to first analyze within the table, and then we'll write it in our slope fraction. And I'm just going to use the first 2 points here, okay? If I take a look at the jump in the x values here from 29 to 18, that's a jump of -11, okay? I went down 11 points to get from 29 to 18. If I look in the jump in the y's from 97 to 64, that is a jump of 33 units, and we're decreasing, so -33, okay? That means the slope of this line is change in y over change in x, which is -33 over -11, or a +3. Notice I said to remember it's change in y over change in x. Tables can be tricky because they are typically written horizontally as x over y, but for slope, we need y over x. And you could have figured out that the slope was 3 between any 2 points on that table. I'm going to do that right now to show you that it would work. Okay, I'll do that right next to here. Let's use the last 2 points, okay? If I take a look at the jump from +14 to a -27, that's a difference of 41, and I'm going down. So it's a change of -41. And if I take a look at the jump from +52 to a -71, that's a difference of 123. And again, I'm going down. So it's a change of -123. Putting that into my slope fraction, change in y, which is -123, over change in x, which is a -41, that still reduces to a +3. So it doesn't matter which 2 points I use in that table. If I analyze the change in y and the change in x, I should end up with the same slope. The next question is, what is that y-intercept? So again, I'm going to pick an xy point from the table. I'm going to go simple here, and I'm just going to use my first point that's listed, 29,97. Okay, I'm going to remember that the first number listed is my x value, the second number listed is my y value. That's going to be important in a minute when I plug things into my equation. We're going to remember our slope is a +3, and now we're going to plug our x value, our y value, and our slope into y equals mx plus b. 97 is equal to the slope 3 times x, which is 29, plus b. Be careful when you're plugging things into the equation. The y comes first in the equation, but it's the second number listed in the coordinate. Make sure you're paying attention to what you're plugging in for y and in for x. Now I'm just solving this equation for b. I take 3 times 29, we get 87 plus b, subtract 87 from both sides, and we have positive 10 is equal to b. So our equation is y equals 3x plus 10. What if we picked a different point from our table, not the first one listed? Would we get the same value for b? Well, let's check it out. Remember, we already know our slope is 3. We verified that a couple times. We don't need to do that again. We're going to pick a different xy point from the table. I'm going to go negative here. I'm going to pick -8, -14. And try that. I'm going to plug in my x, my y, and my slope into y equals mx plus b. Y is a -14. That equals the slope 3 times a -8 plus b. And now I can solve for b. -14 is equal to a -24 plus b. Add 24 to both sides, and 10 is equal to b. What happened? I got the same y-intercept as I did before. So again, it doesn't matter which 2 points from the table you use to figure out your slope, and it doesn't matter which point you use as your x and your y value to put into y equals mx plus b. And so again, our final equation is y equals 3x plus 10, okay? You did it. Now what I want you to do is I want you to try the problems on the worksheet that says slope big picture at the top. This is some general practice with all the different ways that we can write equations of lines, okay? And when we're together again tomorrow, I will go over this with you. Thanks, guys. See you later.